Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here and welcome back to another F1 2020 Career Mode video. Today we're on episode 3 of my team and we're actually going to be tackling Hanoi, which I've only done previously online, and yeah, it didn't go too well, so I'm not looking forward to this. But anyways, before we crack on, there's a few things have changed. So there's one upgrade that came through, which was the underfloor, I think, which was for weight distribution. And we've also signed another sponsorship as well. Now, our team is kind of a backmarker at the moment, so I didn't want to go for anything crazy. So I decided to go with this sponsorship here, because we just got to overtake 5 cars in the race, which, with everything that goes on with the pit stops and stuff, is actually quite easy to do. So it's almost like a guaranteed one, really, to be honest. And I also updated the logo a little bit as well, because I thought it wasn't quite right when you put the racing suits on. Just didn't seem... yeah, I didn't like it as much as I should have done. So I've changed the logo there. I think it looks a lot nicer. It's a lot sweeter. And again, with this management, just before you start a race, I always do it automatic. I can't be asked to set it all up. I just let the game do it. There's no point. But anyways, let's crack on with Hanoi, shall we? I'm a bit nervous about this because I've only been around this in multiplayer. I've not done any practice for it whatsoever. So we'll jump in and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, confidence levels aren't high for this one, boys and girls.
Carl probably mentioned the new parts that have come in from the factory. Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Okay then, so the first thing we're going to do, as we always do, is the track acclimatization. Probably really vital with this, actually, considering we've done absolutely sod all around this place. So we're going to head out then for our first real lap around this place, because I don't count multiplayer because that's just absolutely bloody mental. But we're going to be just aiming, we're just going to take it nice and slow. And if you haven't seen this track already, we're just going to go through this lap, just so you guys can see what it's like. But yeah, this corner here, I really don't like it. Like, it's a white line, is so deceiving, and because you see the white line on the outside and the pit line, it kind of really puts me off. I don't know about you guys if you've raced around here already, but yeah, it just really puts me off. I cannot get used to it. It's bizarre. But this braking point here is just before the 100-meter board. That's kind of where I found the sweet spot for it. And then this one as well. This is just, for me, again, it's just a horrible corner. Like, it's so hard to get right. And then as soon as you want to put your foot down, that right wall is there to tell you, don't bother, because you'll just go straight into the side of it. So, again, it's this track I found through this weekend is just full of really annoying corners. And it doesn't matter how much I practice it. I swear to you, I just cannot get it right. And this one here, completely and utterly messed up the braking point. Yeah, you should be braking for the green sign just above it. But regardless of that, we skip ahead a little bit. And yeah, I completely missed my braking point and straight into the wall.
I am stupid. I am stupid.
Now you're probably thinking, alright, you've done it once, surely not going to do it again. But oh yes. Oh yes I do. I do it twice. Now, surely, not a third time. Not a third time, Ollie. You can't do it again. Oh yes.
Are you even... What are you even doing?
I don't know, Eddie, mate. I don't even know where the brake pedal is at this point. Frustrating. Really frustrating.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris, Perez, and Lance Stroll, Hamilton, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Gasly, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Romain Grosjean, and George Russell. Magnussen, Aitken, Latifi, and the owner-driver rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Alright then guys, sat on the grid for the race. Strategy wise, I'm probably just going to go with the default once more. I like the idea of going on softs twice and then onto the mediums, not having to use the hard tyres. We're going to need all the pace we can get out of this thing, because my goodness, we're going to be slow. But formation lap, skip ahead then, let's just, we'll scratch that, you don't need to watch formation lap. What's more important is the start and the lights. So waiting for 5 red lights to go out, here we go. And we're off. That is a much better start than what I'm used to. Up into second gear, then up to third, quickly fourth, fifth and sixth. Managed to get past one of the Williams on the right hand side here, just about. Go for a dive bomb on the inside here. Get about 3 or 4 cars, but then we're kind of just stuck in the middle of the corner. Kind of go over the curb and lose a little bit of time. And really, we've only actually gained, if anything, 1 position. Because I think we started 21st of all places, which is... Or last, I actually think. We started last, so we managed to jump 2 positions, technically, looking back at it, but that goes to show you how bad qualifying went. I'm sure you guys loved watching the qualifying. It was an absolute corker. But trying to go for a move on the inside of Grosjean, that's never a good idea. To try and make a move around Grosjean, it's never going to work out. Can't quite get it done. Going through this roundabout here. Is it a roundabout? Might be, or it might be a fountain. I'll have to look back at that. But yeah. Activating overtake mode into rich revs down the straightaway. It's interesting though. The game has given me almost 3 litres or laps worth of fuel, so we can definitely push all the way to the end. But Grosjean goes for this massive dive bomb. I don't even know how he took nobody out there. I swear to you, he just stopped so quick. I thought he was going to absolutely destroy everyone then. I just had images in my head of him being a bowling ball and just getting a strike and destroying everyone. But somehow the Frenchman has actually got away with it, which is just absolutely bizarre to me. But without a doubt, the best section on this track is this bit here. It is without a doubt the best bit. It feels so good when you go through there and get it nice and smooth, flow in and go fast. It's absolutely awesome. But this track, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. I just there's so many corners that constantly try and catch you out. It's an absolute nightmare. And yeah, I'm just not a fan. It's just not for me, to be honest with you. And yeah, it just made me look really bad. But what is... Oh, we just go for a move on the inside there. That was a little bit naughty on our teammate. But the question is, I was asking myself during this race, I was like, is this track really that bad? Is it as bad as I'm making it out to be? Or am I just not as good as I should be around it? You know, is it a mixture of both? I don't know. But normally on F1 games, I'm pretty decent. But around here, around this track, I struggled with the pace massively. I really, really did. But yeah, nearly losing the rear end there. We're already on lap 7 and lap 8, so nothing too much happens. But yeah, I'm just skipping the parts where, you know, nothing too much happens really. But we skip ahead to lap 8, and it's actually time for our pit stop. And we managed to keep up with the guys in front of us. Now that's probably due to traffic and having DRS and stuff like that. Because I'm sure if I was just by myself, I'd be struggling a lot more. But again, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you're in a new track or you're struggling for pace, sometimes it's just handy to have someone in front of you so you can follow their break points, follow their racing lines and stuff like that. Because if you're new to this track like I am, you're going to struggle, and I really did. But we skip ahead to lap 10. Sebastian Vettel, surprisingly, is out the race. He's got a mechanical issue. And we just go through, I think this is like the second corner, but we just about managed to jump Norris of all people. So we'll go and have a look at that. Just manage. I thought he was going to go into the side and be there. Maybe I should have given him a little more space, but I didn't quite realise it was coming out of the pits there and then. But as we unpause it, there's a virtual safety car, and Norris just absolutely flies past me. I thought, I'm not having that. So really late on the brakes. Probably locking up my right front way more than I needed to, but I just wanted to keep that position because I thought that's a little bit cheeky, mate. It's a little bit cheeky. We know you've been doing well in Austria in the last couple of weeks, but mate, you're racing with the big boys now, and you can't just overtake on the virtual safety car. If that was real life, mate, you would have been absolutely mullered, okay? And I weren't having none of it. That's not going to happen to me. But yeah, we are actually going to continue this race, and the DRS is enabled once more. And we're actually on the back of these guys, so there's a little trail here, and it looks like the Latifi is holding these guys up. Pace-wise, I was kind of with the Williams and Hasses, which isn't particularly great, but that is where our car performance is. So it is realistic in a way, but still, we seem to be quite far off getting some points. P12 in the first two races, but this race, nah, mate, nah. But Grosjean goes defensive then, as I'm really close. I've got the overtake button enabled. Go for a big dive bomb, and I just hit Gasly there. Or Kvyat, I should say, so apologies to him. A little bit naughty, and we do break off the end plate on the front right hand of the wing. So that is going to cost us performance throughout the rest of the race, but not too much, thankfully. As we get behind the Latifi, we get again the overtake and rich mixture, and you know, DRS, and we just do enough. But he just touches us ever so slightly. So I checked the MFD to see if it's damaged our wing, but it hasn't, thankfully. We have got simulation damage on, so normally 9 times out of 10 you do break your N plate from that. So thankfully, fingers crossed, we didn't get any damage from that, which is really good. Moving on to lap 13, we're actually catching Sergio Perez, which is, I was massively surprised about that. Once again, this straight is just king. If you're struggling to overtake throughout this race, just wait until that straight, because I swear to you, they have absolutely no chance on that straight. If you've got DRS and you've got a good amount of ERS, they do not stand a chance. So we go ahead to the next lap, and Sergio Perez just does exactly the same thing to me. As soon as that straight hits you, there is no defending from it. Absolutely none. It's such a long straight. You don't realise how long it is until you actually jump on this game. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous. But at the end of that lap, he goes into the pits, and we've actually got a little train starting to form behind us. So we've got 3 or 4 cars now that are behind us, and now we've got no one to follow, or no DRS or whatnot. Our true pace really comes alive here, and Norris just absolutely flies past me. And I'm on the softs, and he's on the hards as well. So it's not great. I know the McLaren is a lot faster than our car, but I'd like to think the tyre difference of soft to hard would make up that difference, but it didn't. It didn't. And yeah, unfortunately, the Frenchman Grosjean, who's our rival, by the way, in this game, I had to pick a rival, and I picked Roman. I thought that would be a quality one to have. He manages to overtake us on the straight, but lo and behold, we are on the straight for the next lap, and we do get DRS, and we do go into rich fuel mixture, and we just about go past him. I thought he was going to squeeze us out there, but we just managed to get past the Frenchman there, and we are now back up to P13, locking up both the front tyres there. Badly. We're just screaming for that pit stop now. We need to put those mediums on. These soft tyres are dying of death, and it does not look good. But as long as we stay ahead of them, there's not really an overtaking opportunity apart from the straight. But we forward on ever so slightly, and now we are in the pit ahead of Grosjean, and he's actually directly behind us. So thankfully we've managed to pit at the right time, because I knew if we pitted a different lap to Grosjean or Roman, yeah, we would have just fallen off 100%. We were nowhere. We were absolutely nowhere in this race. It's a miracle that we managed to get up to P12 at one point. Again, that's probably due to pit stops and that, but honestly, it was an absolute shocker for me this weekend, and I do apologise. I will get more used to it, and I will get faster around this place, but it just does not suit my driving style at all. It's not for me. I will be avoiding this place like the plague. But we've just about come out of the pits, and we've got Latifi on our inside here, and we've been fighting around the outside, and we just about get the move done there, but it was a little bit too easy then, and I think he kind of backed off a little bit. So let's have a look at this. So we've got Grosjean behind us. There's Latifi. There we are fighting with him. He's got the inside of the corner, but he just really slows down, just bogs down, and then eventually lets us get past. So maybe it might be a masterful decision here as we're back on the straight. But Grosjean actually gets past him, so he can't overtake me in the straight. And then Grosjean just hits in the back of me, and then absolutely tries to take me out. Disgusting. Just watch this. Watch this. So misses the breaking point, goes in the back of me and thought, oh no, I'll try and dive bomb on the inside. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? That was like racing online. Like, it's just ridiculous. But we managed to hold him off, and we crossed the line, and we get ourselves miraculously, I have no idea how, P16. Now that doesn't sound impressive at all, but we actually managed to gain 6 positions in that race, and I have absolutely no idea how we did it, but we did it, and that's all I care about.
Here we are then, a fantastic Vietnam Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
There you have it then, guys. That is round 3 or episode 3 of career mode. I really hope you're enjoying this so far, because I have to admit I do like doing this career mode. It is so different to what we're used to, where we're having to run our own team. It's so good. It's so good. But as always, guys, if you do enjoy this, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here, because it really helps the channel grow, and it just means a lot. But, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you for the next one. Ta-da.
Bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton.